Hello IED, welcome to the next video, which is on the passenger base. Today we're going to be learning how to create the passenger base, new command called shell. So we're going to start a new document, standard part file. We're going to start off with a rectangle. That rectangle is 1.975 on the width by 1.59, 1.590 on the height. Okay, so we are going to finish this sketch. Then we're going to extrude it. It comes out a thickness of 0.3. Then we're going to fillet the corners. The corners should be filleted 0.2. Rotate our shape. Get to the fourth one, press apply, and we're good. Okay, next we're going to start a 2D sketch on the front plane. Let's set up for our circle in the top left hand corner. I'm going to draw myself a construction line. Make sure that's snapping to the top, bringing that down. Okay, and then I'm going to also draw a secondary construction line that comes from here from the side over. Okay, let's dimension those. The one that comes down, that should be 0.05. And the width, when we go from here to here, ends up being 0.2. Okay, so at that point, we now know where the center point is going to be. So that circle is 0.58. If I draw another construction line and I put this on here and I come down, okay, and I put another one, if I put my center point here and now I dimension to it, and it needs to come down from here to here, 0.58 divided by 2, and then we do the same thing over here, dimension, dimension, 0.29 was that solution that inventor just figured out. So now we're going to draw a circle, turn off the construction line. We already have our center point, and we pull that out, and that should be 0.58, which it is, and we're done with that shape. Now we're going to shift over to the right, draw this square that we need. Okay, there's the square. Let's do some dimensioning. We're going to go from here to here. Okay, that height is 0.05. 0.05. Alright, and then from the edge is 0.2. So we dimension from here to here. Type 0.2. Okay, our box is good so far. And our box should be 0.58 on the height. Okay, so we go 0.58. And the width of our box should also be 0.58. Okay, so circle, square, both good. Alright, moving on to the bottom. Okay, so we come in with our construction line, and we're going to put one over here, and we're also going to have a construction line that runs across the bottom. Okay, so let's dimension those. Okay, so from this edge to this edge, for our construction line, we're looking at 0.2. Okay, and then from here to the baseline of our shape, that ends up being 0.05. We also want to put one more construction line to find our overall height up here. So we're going to have a construction line that comes up. And if we dimension between here and here, the distance between our two construction lines, it would be 0.638. And we're almost ready to finish our triangle. We're going to draw one more construction line down here, okay, and we're going to dimension that, just put that in the middle. So we're going to go from here to our construction line, and that number is going to be 0.638, which is our overall, and we're going to divide that by 2 to get our middle point, and that point right there is going to be where our triangle is going to go. So now we switch to our line tool, turn off our construction line, okay, and we can start drawing our triangle. So from here to here, and then from here over to here, make sure it's right underneath, and then we bring up our last line. Connect those two. Alright, triangle's done. Alright, and we're heading on to the last one. Okay, so how we want to start this. Alright, so as we continue with the star, we first want to draw a construction circle. Okay, so I'm going to click on circle, make sure my construction line is clicked on. When I go to draw this circle, I want to try and put it in the right spot. If it's not perfect, it's okay. We can adjust that in a few minutes. So I'm going to draw the circle, and then I'm going to dimension that circle. And the circle's dimension, according to the sheet, is 0.605. So I'll type 0.605. Alright, and then inside of that, I need to draw another construction shape. If we look, it's a pentagon. So how we do that is we're going to come up here to the list. Alright, come all the way down to polygon. The default number of sides is 6, so you're going to want to change that to 5. Okay, and once you have that selected, come over with the polygon tool selected, click the center point, press and drag out, and we want that point to end up down here at the bottom. Okay, so it's just kind of going to snap there. Go ahead and click done. Alright, now we're going to do some dimensioning, make sure our circle is landing in the right spot. From the baseline, it should be up 0.05, so if I come in here to dimension, and I start from here, and I dimension to our baseline, I'm going to type in, okay, 0.05. Alright, and then the next dimension that they give us is 0.488. So if I come in and I dimension this, and I go from this point to the end line, okay, that's going to be 0.488. Alright, so far so good. And then they're telling us it's 0.2 from right here to the edge, so we'll dimension that as well. I'll come in, I'll click there, and we'll notice that Inventor has already figured that out. Okay, it should be just 0.2. Alright, hit enter, and now we know it's landing in the right spot. We're ready to start drawing our shape. Okay, in this case it's going to be a star, so I need to turn my construction line off, and then I'm going to get my line tool, and you might as well zoom in. You want to get in here and make sure you can see what's going on. So if I start here, right here at the corner, and I start pressing and dragging in this direction, when I get to that midpoint, you'll see a dotted line. Okay, when you start getting that dotted line, you know you're drawing it in the right spot. Click. Click. Okay, then I'm going to come over here. I'll start on this side, start dragging. You want to get to the midpoint. Okay, click. And then click from there. And draw down to the corner. And we just want to go all the way around our shape. So we'll do a little pan up. Okay. I click here, start dragging, and that line's just going to appear. And then once you have it, connected our corner point, and we're just working our way around the shape at this point. Let's pan over so we can see what we're doing. Okay. Click. Click. And we're almost there. And we're finished. Okay? I can finish the sketch. At this point, we're pretty much done. We just have to do the extrude. Okay, so I'm going to choose extrude, and I'm going to select each of those shapes that we just drew. We're going the opposite way, so it cuts through. The distance you want to change to all, so it totally cuts through our shape. It is a cut. You want to make sure you have cut selected when you go to do this. All right, press OK. We are now going to shell the back of this shape. So if we flip the shape around, I'm going to rotate my cube. We're looking at the back side here. We're going to come up and do the shell command. So we come up to the top here. I click on shell. Okay. I select the back side. It's going to start shelling my shape. We want to make sure we're typing in the right thickness. In this case, they want a thickness of 0.01. Okay, that is not the default. You have to type that in. So I type 0.01. Press OK. All right, and if we take a zoom in here, you can see that that's shelled out now. Let's go back to the home view, and our passenger base is done. Okay, all we got to do is change it to green, and we're good to go. So I'll just come up to the top here. Okay, and you want to mouse over it till you get the dotted line, and then pick the shade of green. Okay, maybe I want to make it a little darker. Checkbox, finished. Make sure you save this as passenger base. Make sure you know where you're saving it to, and you're done with it. Okay, on to the next part.